Are you ready for this nightmare fuel? Hillary Clinton's former right-hand woman, Huma Abedin, appears to now be in a relationship with the son of George Soros. And not the older son, Jonathan, but the younger one, Alex, who describes himself as being even more political than their father. He took over the family business, if you want to call it that, last year. A family business worth about $25 billion, making Hunter Biden's influence peddling scheme look like small beans by comparison. Soros and Abedin made their announcement yesterday with a Valentine's Day picture taken at a restaurant in Paris, France. I'm honestly not sure if this is a step up for Abedin from her ex, the former New York congressman who did time in prison for sexting an underage teen girl. Because she had Anthony Weiner, well, living up to his name, but now she has Alex Soros, practically paying to let pedophile creeps like that out of prison and to put other pedophiles in drag and to get them inside your child's classroom. And if you dare complain the Soros empire is busy buying up any forms of resistance you may have left. While TV and print has long been dominated by the left, the right has had a better time dominating the airwaves of radio. Likely because conservatives, actually work, and so they need to listen to something while driving for their commute. But all digs aside, the Soros Fund Management is now buying up $400 million worth of debt from Odyssey, the second largest U.S. radio broadcaster behind iHeartRadio, and which owns 220 stations nationwide. Many fear that this control, in conjunction with Soros-affiliated entities buying up small local newspapers and Spanish-speaking channels, means that the left will have an even greater vice grip over what American voters are hearing, and more importantly, what they're not hearing heading into the November election. One Odyssey insider described the looming takeover as scary, and it is. But that word choice reminds me of this mocking headline that just came out from Rolling Stone. So leaving behind Soros for the time being, this headline says, right-wingers are terrified of our gay Kristen Stewart cover. For those of you lucky enough to not know what this is referencing, basically, the girl who played Bella in Twilight is gay now and wants to look like a man, even though she doesn't identify as one yet, as far as I know. So she did a cover for Rolling Stone, dressed masculine and wearing male underwear in some of the pictures. But as Joel Berry, managing editor of the Babylon Bee, responded sarcastically, "Hey, look at this starlet our industry abused and destroyed. Look how happy she is. Are you triggered, right-wingers?" Kristen Stewart looks absolutely miserable, and again, that's the point of the joke. Just like Ellen Page, that girl from Juno who now calls herself Elliot, after saying voices in her head told her that her mental misery would go away if she started calling herself a boy. So inspiring. They all look so happy and not sickly at all. Now anyway, this is what our captured media is up to when it comes to propagandizing the youth, when it isn't busy trying to rig elections as we were talking about a moment ago. So returning once more to the Soros media complex, I bet they're pretty mad right now that they don't fully control the media yet, just most of it. Because a judge who's overseeing the possibility of disqualifying Fulton County, Georgia DA Fani Willis from the Trump RICO case is learning a lot today, and none of it really all too good for Democrats. Joining us now to give his take is Riley Lewis, a producer for this show and an OAN podcaster. Riley, thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So what do you make of today's hearing?
Oh, there's just, where to begin? Truly. And if I could just say really quickly, just to preface everything, even for the Rolling Stone, which is basically, and it should be an irrelevant organization, but even for the Rolling Stone, how low is that headline? That is crazy. That is just detestable and, dare I say, deplorable. Even for the people at the Rolling Stone. I just cannot believe it. Anyway, this hearing with Fani Willis is just, it's absurd. I don't know what kind of kangaroo court's going on down there. I do know this. Nathan Wade had a lot of interesting things to say, and apparently Fani was very anxious to debunk him and to combat him, and she made it very clear by running to the courthouse, storming into the building, waiting in line, sure, waiting her turn, but constantly trying to get to the front of the room until she basically pushes her way onto the stand and then immediately says, "I'm not a hostile witness. This is an attack on democracy. How dare you waste the taxpayers' time?" And then continues to refute everything that Nathan Wade said about those critical payments that were made in cash. Now here's the thing, that money didn't go anywhere. Okay, I mean, we can verify very quickly whether or not there's a there.